Welcome back to the English Hustle podcast. Today we're talking about something really interesting. Social entrepreneurship. Have you heard that term before, Maria?
Yes, I have. Social entrepreneurship is such a cool concept because it's not just about making money. It's about solving problems in society, like helping people, supporting communities, or protecting the environment. Social entrepreneurs run businesses with a purpose.
Exactly. Traditional businesses focus mainly on profit, how much money they can make. But with social entrepreneurship, the goal is not just profit, but also making a positive impact. It's like running a business that helps while still earning money.
Right. For example, some companies donate a portion of their profits to charity, or they might use eco-friendly materials to reduce waste. It's a business with a heart.
That's a great way to put it. And it's becoming more popular because people are looking for more meaning in what they do and buy. Consumers want to know that their money is going towards something good, and entrepreneurs want to feel like they're making a difference.
Yes. I think the reason social entrepreneurship is growing is because more people care about things like climate change, poverty, and education, and they want to support businesses that align with those values.
Absolutely. It's like we're seeing a shift in what success means. It's not just about how much you make, but how much good you can do while running a successful business.
And that's what makes social entrepreneurship so exciting. It's a way to bring about change while still creating opportunities for growth and success.
Totally. So today we're going to dive deeper into this topic, break down the key ideas, and even share a real-life story of a social entrepreneur who's making a big difference.
I can't wait to get into it. Let's go.
Now that we've introduced social entrepreneurship, let's take a few minutes to go over some key terms that will help you better understand the topic. These are words you'll hear often when people talk about social businesses. Ready, Maria?
Absolutely. Let's start with the term social enterprise. A social enterprise is simply a business that aims to solve a social problem while making money. So it's not just about profit, it's about making a positive impact, whether it's on people or the environment.
Exactly. So instead of focusing only on selling products, a social enterprise might focus on creating jobs for people who need them or making eco-friendly products. The goal is to help society and run a sustainable business at the same time.
Speaking of sustainability, that's our next key term. Sustainability means meeting our current needs without harming future generations. In the business world, it often refers to using resources wisely, reducing waste, and protecting the environment.
Yes, sustainability is super important for social entrepreneurs because they want their businesses to have a long-term positive impact. And that leads us to our next term, impact investing.
Impact investing is when people or organizations invest their money in companies that aim to make a positive difference. These investors are not just looking for financial returns. They also want to support businesses that are doing good in the world.
Exactly. Instead of just looking at how much money they'll make, impact investors also care about how the business is helping society or the environment. Now, our last key term is a bit more technical, but really important. Triple bottom line.
The triple bottom line is a way of measuring the success of a business. Instead of just looking at profit, the triple bottom line focuses on three things: people, planet, and profit. In other words, how does the business help people? How does it protect the planet? And how much profit does it make?
That's a great way to think about it. The triple bottom line helps social entrepreneurs balance making money with doing good for society and the environment. It's not just about financial success. It's about overall impact.
So, to recap, we talked about social enterprise, a business that helps solve social problems, sustainability, taking care of the environment for the future, impact investing, investing in businesses that do good, and the triple bottom line, measuring success based on people, planet, and profit.
That's right. Understanding these terms will make it easier to follow along as we dive deeper into social entrepreneurship. Up next, we're going to explore some real-world examples and talk about how you can get started.
Stay with us!
Now that we've covered the basics, let's dive into the main conversation about social entrepreneurship. We'll explore how it's growing, some of the challenges social entrepreneurs face, and why balancing profit with purpose is so important. Ready to get into it, Maria?
Absolutely. I think one of the most interesting things about social entrepreneurship is how quickly it's rising. More people, especially young entrepreneurs, are choosing to start businesses that make a difference. But with that rise comes some unique challenges, don't you think?
For sure. One of the biggest challenges is finding the balance between making money and staying true to your mission. Social entrepreneurs want to help society, but they also need to keep their business running. It's not always easy to do both.
Exactly. If a business doesn't make enough profit, it won't survive. But if they focus too much on profit, they might lose sight of their social goals. That's why finding that sweet spot is so important. A great example of this balance is Tom's Shoes. Have you heard their story?
Oh, yes. Tom started with a one-for-one model, where for every pair of shoes sold, they donated a pair to a child in need. It was a huge success because customers felt like their purchase was making a difference. Tom showed that you can build a profitable business while helping others.
That's a great example. But even Tom's had challenges along the way. They had to figure out how to make enough money to keep their mission going. And as they grew, they had to adapt their model to ensure they could keep helping as many people as possible while remaining profitable.
That's a good point. Growth can be a double-edged sword for social enterprises. On one hand, scaling up means you can help more people. But on the other hand, it can also lead to losing control over the mission if you're not careful. It takes a lot of planning to expand while staying true to your purpose.
Another great example of this is Patagonia, the outdoor clothing company. They're known for their environmental activism. Not only do they create sustainable products, but they also donate a percentage of their profits to environmental causes. And they've found a way to scale their business without losing sight of their environmental mission.
Yes, Patagonia is a great role model for social entrepreneurs. They show that it's possible to grow a business and still stick to your values. But scaling can be tough for smaller social enterprises. For beginners, starting small and making sure their business model works before expanding is crucial.
Exactly. Starting small lets you test your idea and see how well it works. One way beginners can get started is by focusing on a local issue they care about. That way they can directly see the impact they're making, and it's easier to manage in the beginning.
That's a great point. Local issues are often the best starting point for social entrepreneurs because they can connect with their community. They also don't need a huge budget to get started. Many social enterprises start small, like creating local job opportunities or offering eco-friendly alternatives to common products.
Right. Another challenge we should mention is funding. Social enterprises sometimes struggle to find investors because traditional investors focus on profits. But there's a growing number of impact investors who care about both profit and purpose. These are the people social entrepreneurs need to connect with.
That's true. Impact investing is becoming more popular, which is great for social entrepreneurs. But they still need to prove that their business model works and that they can make a profit while creating social change. It's a tough balance, but with the right approach, it's possible.
Yes, and we should also talk about the importance of transparency. Social entrepreneurs need to be clear about how they're making an impact. Consumers today want to know that businesses are genuinely doing good and not just saying it for marketing purposes.
Absolutely. Transparency builds trust, and trust is essential for social enterprises, especially since their customers are often driven by values and want to feel good about supporting the business.
So, to sum up, social entrepreneurship is on the rise, but it comes with its own set of challenges. Balancing profit and purpose is key, and transparency, sustainability, and a clear mission are what helps social enterprises succeed. Start small, stay focused, and look for impact investors to support your journey.
Great insights. Up next, we'll hear a personal story from a social entrepreneur who faced these challenges and succeeded in creating a lasting impact. Stay with us.
Now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the podcast, a real-life story from a social entrepreneur who turned a passion for helping others into a successful business. Today we're sharing the story of Sarah Hernandez, the founder of EcoHope, a social enterprise focused on reducing plastic waste and empowering local communities.
Sarah's journey is inspiring. It all started a few years ago when she was living in a small coastal town and noticed how much plastic was washing up on the beaches. It really bothered her, especially seeing how it was harming marine life. She wanted to do something about it, but she didn't know where to start.
Right, and that's when she came up with the idea for EcoHope. At first, it was just a small initiative with friends and neighbours. They would organise beach cleanups on weekends, collecting plastic waste and spreading awareness about pollution. But Sarah realised that cleaning up was only solving part of the problem. What about all the plastic that was already out there?
Exactly. So Sarah decided to take it a step further. She wanted to find a way to not only clean up plastic, but also repurpose it into something useful. That's when she got the idea to turn plastic waste into eco-friendly products. She partnered with local artisans to create bags, wallets, and even furniture, all made from recycled plastic.
What I love about this part of the story is how Sarah combined two things: environmental protection and community empowerment. By working with local artisans, she provided job opportunities and training for people in the community. It became more than just about the environment. It was also about giving people new skills and income. What I love about this part of the story is how Sarah combined two things: environmental protection and community empowerment. By working with local artisans, she provided job opportunities and training for people in the community. It became more than just about the environment. It was also about giving people new skills and income.
And like any social entrepreneur, Sarah faced her fair share of challenges. At first, she struggled to find funding for her idea. Investors were hesitant because they didn't see a lot of profit in turning trash into products. But she didn't give up. She applied for grants, reached out to environmental organizations, and eventually caught the attention of an impact investor who believed in her mission.
That's right. Once she secured funding, things started to take off. EcoHope became more than just a local project. It grew into a social enterprise with a global reach. Sarah was able to expand her production and sell her products online, with a portion of the profits going back to the community and environmental projects.
What's amazing is that she never lost sight of her mission. Even as EcoHope grew, she made sure that everything she did aligned with her values. The company is fully transparent about how it sources materials, how much plastic they've removed from the oceans, and how the profits are being used to support other environmental causes.
Today, EcoHope is not only reducing plastic waste, but also raising awareness about sustainable living. They've removed thousands of pounds of plastic from the oceans and have helped dozens of local artisans build their businesses. Sarah's story shows how a small idea can grow into something that makes a big impact.
And I think it's a perfect example of how social entrepreneurship works. Sarah saw a problem, found a creative solution, and turned it into a sustainable business that benefits both people and the planet. It wasn't easy. She had to overcome funding challenges, build partnerships, and stay focused on her mission. But in the end, she created something that's changing lives.
Absolutely. Sarah's journey is a reminder that anyone can make a difference if they're passionate and persistent. Social entrepreneurship is about more than just business. It's about finding solutions to the world's problems and making a positive impact.
So, if you're thinking about starting your own social enterprise, remember Sarah's story. It's not going to be easy, but if you stay committed to your purpose and get creative with your solutions, you can make a real difference.
And that's what social entrepreneurship is all about, turning your passion for change into action. Stay with us, because up next, we've got some fun facts about social entrepreneurship around the world.
Now, it's time for some fun facts about social entrepreneurship. There's a lot happening in this space that you might not know about, so let's dig into some of the most interesting and surprising facts. Maria, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. Did you know that social entrepreneurship is one of the fastest growing sectors in the business world? According to a report from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, there's been a significant increase in the number of people starting social enterprises in the last decade. In fact, more than 40% of new businesses in some countries are started with a social or environmental mission in mind.
That's incredible. And it makes sense, right? More and more people want to use their business skills to make a difference. Another fun fact is that the social entrepreneurship sector is evolving. Back in the day, it was mostly focused on charity work or small community projects. But now, social enterprises are becoming big players in industries like technology, fashion, and even renewable energy. That's incredible. And it makes sense, right? More and more people want to use their business skills to make a difference. Another fun fact is that the social entrepreneurship sector is evolving. Back in the day, it was mostly focused on charity work or small community projects. But now, social enterprises are becoming big players in industries like technology, fashion, and even renewable energy.
Yes. And speaking of industries, did you know that one of the fastest growing areas in social entrepreneurship is the food sector? Many social enterprises are focusing on providing sustainable, locally sourced and healthy food options, while also tackling issues like food waste and hunger. Companies like Too Good To Go are fighting food waste by connecting restaurants with customers who can buy surplus food at a lower price.
That's a great example. Here's another cool fact. Social enterprises are not just limited to developed countries. In fact, many of the most innovative social entrepreneurs are from developing countries. They're creating businesses that provide clean water, affordable health care, and education to underserved communities. Take BRAC, for instance. It started in Bangladesh and is now the largest social enterprise in the world, reaching millions of people with their initiatives.
That's amazing. And here's a surprising fact. Did you know that women are leading the way in social entrepreneurship? Studies show that women are more likely to start social enterprises than traditional businesses. In fact, in some regions, more than half of all social entrepreneurs are women. They're driving change in areas like education, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. That's amazing. And here's a surprising fact. Did you know that women are leading the way in social entrepreneurship? Studies show that women are more likely to start social enterprises than traditional businesses. In fact, in some regions, more than half of all social entrepreneurs are women. They're driving change in areas like education, healthcare, and environmental sustainability.
Social entrepreneurs are using digital platforms to scale their impact quickly and reach a global audience.
And did you know that many social enterprises are B corporations, or B Corp? B Corp are companies that meet high standards of social and environmental performance, transparency, and accountability. They're basically the gold standard for businesses that want to do good while still being profitable. Companies like Ben and Jerry's and Patagonia are well-known B Corp that focus on both social impact and sustainability.
That's right. And here's one more interesting fact. Social entrepreneurship is becoming so popular that universities around the world are now offering degrees and courses in it. Schools like Harvard, Stanford, and Oxford are teaching students how to create businesses that balance profit with social impact. So, if you're passionate about making a difference, you can actually study social entrepreneurship as a career path.
Wow, that's awesome. It just shows how much the world is changing. People are starting to see that business can be a force for good, and they're using their skills to make a positive impact on society. Social entrepreneurship is truly making waves.
Absolutely. So there you have it. Some fun and surprising facts about social entrepreneurship. It's growing fast, evolving in exciting ways, and impacting communities around the world in ways we never thought possible.
Stay tuned, because up next, we're going to have a dialogue about the future of social entrepreneurship and how you can get involved.
So far, we've talked about what social entrepreneurship is and shared some fun facts. But now let's dive into the future of social entrepreneurship. It feels like this space is evolving really fast, doesn't it?
It definitely is. The future of social entrepreneurship is looking bright, especially with so many emerging trends that are changing the way people think about business. One of the biggest trends I see is the growing role of technology. It's making it easier for social entrepreneurs to scale their impact quickly and reach people across the globe. What do you think, Alex?
Absolutely. Technology is a game changer. Just think about all the apps, platforms, and online tools that allow social entrepreneurs to connect with supporters, raise funds, and spread awareness. For example, Crowdfunding has made it possible for small social enterprises to get the funding they need without relying on traditional investors. Platforms like Kickstarter and GoFundMe are full of social impact projects, and they're getting huge support from people who want to make a difference.
Exactly. And it's not just about raising money. Social entrepreneurs are using technology to deliver services in ways that weren't possible before. For example, telemedicine platforms are bringing healthcare to remote areas, and e-learning platforms are providing education to communities that wouldn't have access otherwise. It's incredible how much technology is expanding the reach of social enterprises.
That's so true. And another trend I'm excited about is the focus on sustainability. More and more consumers are looking for products and services that are eco-friendly and socially responsible. This is pushing businesses, even big corporations, to think about their environmental and social impact. I think we'll see a lot more social enterprises focusing on sustainability in the future.
Definitely. Sustainability is becoming a must-have, not just a nice-to-have. People care about where their products come from, how they're made, and the impact they have on the planet. It's no longer enough to just be a profitable business. Customers want to support brands that align with their values. This is where social entrepreneurs can really stand out by making sustainability a core part of their mission.
And what's really exciting is that big companies are starting to take notes from social enterprises. They're seeing that businesses with a purpose are attracting more loyal customers, and they're trying to integrate social and environmental missions into their operations. In the future, I think we'll see more collaboration between traditional businesses and social enterprises.
I agree. We're already seeing big brands partner with social enterprises to amplify their impact. They know that consumers want to support businesses that care, so it's a win-win. Speaking of which, I think impact investing is going to play a huge role in the future of social entrepreneurship. Investors are now looking beyond profits. They want to know that their money is going toward businesses that are making a positive difference.
Yes, impact investing is such a powerful trend. It's encouraging more people to start social enterprises because they know there are investors out there who care about more than just financial returns. It's not just about how much profit can we make anymore. It's how can we make a profit and create social or environmental good.
And that's the kind of thinking that's really driving the future of social entrepreneurship. But what about people who want to get involved but might not be ready to start their own business? There are so many ways to support social entrepreneurship without launching a venture, right?
Definitely. You don't have to start your own social enterprise to make an impact. You can support existing ones by buying their products, investing in them, or even volunteering your time. Many social enterprises rely on passionate individuals who believe in their mission. It's all about finding a cause you care about and getting involved in whatever way you can.
Exactly. And with all the platforms available today, it's easier than ever to find social enterprises that align with your values. You can follow their stories online, donate to their causes, or spread the word on social media. Every little bit helps. Plus, a lot of social enterprises offer opportunities for people to join their teams or collaborate on projects.
And let's not forget that education is key. For anyone interested in social entrepreneurship, there are so many resources out there to learn more. Universities are offering courses, online platforms like Coursera have programs, and there are conferences and workshops focused on this space. The more people educate themselves, the more equipped they'll be to either start their own social enterprise or support existing ones.
That's such a great point. Learning about the space is the first step to getting involved. And the future of social entrepreneurship is really in the hands of the next generation. Young people are more motivated than ever to make a difference, and they have the tools and knowledge to do it. I think we're going to see some incredible innovations in this space in the years to come.
I couldn't agree more. The passion younger generations have for social change is really pushing this movement forward. They're not just thinking about profits. They're thinking about how they can use their businesses to solve problems, whether it's climate change, inequality, or access to education.
Exactly. And with technology, impact investing, and the rise of conscious consumers, the future of social entrepreneurship looks very bright. I think we'll see more creative solutions to the world's biggest challenges, and social enterprises will be leading the way.
It's an exciting time to be involved in this space, whether you're starting your own venture or supporting others. If you've been thinking about getting involved in social entrepreneurship, now is the time. There's so much opportunity to make a real difference.
Absolutely. So whether you're just learning about social entrepreneurship or you're ready to take action, remember, you can be part of this movement in so many ways. The future of business is all about impact, and we're excited to see where it goes.
Thanks for joining us for this dialogue about the future of social entrepreneurship. Up next, we'll be diving into some practical tips for anyone interested in starting their own social enterprise. Stay with us.
Now that we've talked about the future of social entrepreneurship, let's get practical. If you're an aspiring social entrepreneur and want to start your own venture, this section is for you. We're going to walk you through the steps of identifying a social issue, brainstorming solutions, and turning those ideas into a viable business model.
Yes, starting a social enterprise might sound overwhelming, but breaking it down into smaller steps makes it much more manageable. The first step is to identify a social issue you're passionate about. Ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve? It could be anything from environmental issues, like plastic pollution, to social challenges, like access to education or health care.
Exactly. Start by looking at the world around you. Are there gaps in your community that need to be addressed? Are there global challenges that resonate with you? Finding a problem that you genuinely care about is key because that passion will drive you forward when things get tough.
Once you've identified the issue, the next step is to brainstorm solutions. Think creatively. How can you make a difference? You don't need to come up with a perfect plan right away, but you do need to think about what kind of impact you want to have. Can you develop a product or service that addresses the problem? For example, if you're passionate about food waste, maybe you can create a food-sharing platform, or if it's about education, you could build an affordable e-learning platform.
I love that. And when brainstorming, don't be afraid to think outside the box. Sometimes the most innovative solutions come from unconventional ideas. It's also important to research what other social enterprises are doing. This can give you insights into what works and where you can do something different.
That's a great point. The next step is turning your idea into a viable business model. This is where a lot of aspiring social entrepreneurs get stuck, but the key is to balance your mission with sustainability. You need to think about how your social enterprise will make money while also making an impact. Start by creating a business plan that outlines your goals, target audience, and revenue streams.
Yes, and remember, social entrepreneurship isn't about sacrificing profits for impact. It's about balancing the two. One approach to consider is the triple bottom line, which measures success in 3 areas: profit, people, and the planet. This model ensures that your business is financially sustainable while still delivering social and environmental benefits.
That's a great framework to keep in mind. Once you have a basic plan, it's time to start looking for resources to help you get your venture off the ground. One of the biggest challenges social entrepreneurs face is funding, but luckily there are many ways to find financial support. Grants, impact investors, and crowdfunding platforms are all great options.
Yes, and let's not forget about impact investing. There are investors out there who are specifically looking to support businesses that have a social mission. Organizations like Acumen and Ashoka are dedicated to funding and mentoring social entrepreneurs, so look into those as potential resources.
Another important resource is mentorship programs. Having a mentor who has experience in social entrepreneurship can be incredibly valuable. They can guide you through challenges, help you refine your ideas, and connect you with the right people. Programs like Echoing Green and the Social Enterprise Alliance offer mentorship and support for early-stage social entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of networking. Joining communities of social entrepreneurs, whether online or in person, can open doors to opportunities, partnerships, and resources you might not have found otherwise. Social entrepreneurship is all about collaboration, and the more people you know in this space, the more you can learn and grow.
Yes, it's all about building your support system. And remember, just like any business, you'll face challenges along the way. But the key is persistence. Social entrepreneurship is driven by passion, and if you're committed to your mission, you'll find ways to overcome those obstacles.
One last tip. Start small. You don't have to change the world overnight. Focus on making an impact in your local community first, then grow from there. Small, incremental steps can lead to big changes over time.
Exactly. You don't need to have everything figured out right away. Take it one step at a time, and you'll be surprised at how far you can go.
To recap, here are the steps to get started. First, identify a social issue you're passionate about. Next, brainstorm creative solutions to that problem. Then turn those ideas into a viable business model. And finally, look for resources like funding, mentorship, and networking opportunities to help you launch and grow your venture.
And remember, there are so many people and organizations out there ready to support you on this journey. Social entrepreneurship is all about collaboration and making a difference together.
We hope these tips have given you a clear roadmap to get started. If you have a passion for social change, there's no better time to turn that passion into action.
Stay with us for the conclusion, where we'll summarize the key points from today's episode.
Wow, what an insightful discussion we've had today about social entrepreneurship. Let's take a moment to recap some of the key points we covered.
Absolutely. We started by defining social entrepreneurship and highlighting how it differs from traditional business models. Social enterprises are all about balancing profit with purpose, focusing not just on making money, but also on addressing social and environmental issues.
And we discussed the exciting trends shaping the future of social entrepreneurship, especially the role of technology and sustainability. It's incredible to see how these factors are empowering social entrepreneurs to create innovative solutions to some of the world's biggest challenges.
Exactly. We also shared practical steps for anyone interested in starting their own social enterprise, from identifying a social issue to brainstorming solutions and developing a viable business model. It's all about turning your passion into action.
We emphasized the importance of resources, like funding opportunities and mentorship programs, which can help aspiring social entrepreneurs navigate their journey. There are so many people and organizations ready to support those who are dedicated to making a positive impact.
It's clear that social entrepreneurship is not just a trend. It's a movement that's gaining momentum and changing the way we think about business. Every one of us has the potential to make a difference, whether through starting our own ventures or supporting those that already exist.
That's a great point, Alex. So, as we wrap up, we encourage our listeners to think about how they can contribute to social change in their own lives. What issues matter to you? How can you leverage your skills, talents, and resources to help others?
And remember, it doesn't have to be a huge undertaking. Even small actions can lead to significant change. Whether it's volunteering your time, supporting a local social enterprise, or simply spreading the word about issues that matter to you, every bit helps.
If you're inspired to start your own social enterprise, now is the time to take that first step. Identify a cause you care about, brainstorm solutions, and seek out the resources you need to turn your ideas into reality.
We believe that with passion, creativity, and a commitment to making a difference, you can be a part of the social entrepreneurship movement. Let's work together to create a better world, one idea at a time.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the English Hustle podcast. We hope you found it valuable and inspiring. If you have any questions, or want to share your own experiences in social entrepreneurship, feel free to reach out to us on social media.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more insightful discussions and tips on social entrepreneurship and other topics. Until next time, keep hustling and making a positive impact.
Take care, everyone.